Missie OTOOL. And I'm a story songstress and provocateur. And I've got a story to tell and a song to sing. So the story is about one man's healing journey from AIDS and how he achieved results far beyond what Western medicine alone could have produced. Now, the principles and the processes he engaged in are applicable to anyone facing life-threatening illness. In fact, he wrote a book-length manuscript titled Transforming the Wound, A Path of Healing from Life-Threatening Illness. Now, I don't think he was thinking about transformation in a gender sense, but you might say I'm a living proof of that, if you know what I mean. Anyway, he was, we're going to scroll back to the beginning of the story, September 1988. He'd given blood the week before, and he came back a week later to get his HIV result. Those days it took a week. Right before I went in to get the diagnosis, he stopped at a garage sale right outside the health center at Dolores Park, and he picked up this lovely piece. Now, it had the feel of Hawaii to him, and he had just acquired land on the Big Island and was building his dream home. He was 38 years old. He lived with his partner 5 years in the Tony Rockridge section of Oakland. He was a very successful independent organization consultant, PhD, you know. And, oh yeah, he was still connected at the hip with his former wife. They'd been journeying together for 17 years at that point. They still are. So, he walked in to get his result, and they told him he was HIV positive. They said, oh, don't worry. Yeah, advances will come along, you'll be fine. But to him, all he heard was, I'm going to die of AIDS. So, he decided he would only tell his partner and his former wife. And for 7 years, they held that secret. Now, in those 7 years, he built that dream home in Hawaii. He went there and consulting practice, amazing there too. And he watched friend after friend after friend die of AIDS. And at the end of 1995, he had 19 T cells and was covered with KS lesions, knowing the end was nearing. And then the miracle happened. He got in a lottery for the protease inhibitor ritonavir before it was FDA approved. He wasn't going to take it, but his partner said, oh yes you are. The rest is history. For the next 2.5 years, he engaged in the most incredible array of healing and personal growth experiences. Esalen, wilderness quests, naked bodywork retreats. He went to sacred sites. He studied with indigenous healers. He did all kinds of things, more than I can elucidate right here. And, well, the rest is history. So, when I look at his story, and I read that manuscript, the common theme before, during, and after AIDS had to do with the chakras, the energy centers of the body. So, the energy body, we all know about the physical body, this thing. But the energy body, it's the 7 chakras, the meridian lines that run out from them, and the bubble of energy around us. Now, the theory being, if you keep all that clear and open, the body will heal and you'll be very healthy. So, I'm going to put this all together real quick in a little song, because I want you to get the big picture, and then we're going to come back and break it down. Because it all starts at the base of the spine, send a red spiral down. You feel so fine. With each exhale, let the dense energy go. If you keep at it, it will show. This same portal, color is red, is where the earth energy flows to keep us fed. It's like a golden river flowing up from the source. You gotta keep it open, it's your vital force. That red shifts to orange in your sacred place. Keep it bright and shiny because it's truly your race. It's sexual energy, this is true. But it means a whole lot more to you. You're important people, the things you hold dear is where that orange flows when it's clear. You gotta keep it open, let it go with no fear. If you want the treasures to bring you cheer. Yellow light at our center shines bright. That's the sign that you're living life right. This is your unique vibe in your core. Show the world and your power will store. Lyrics said, let our little light shine, teaching us who we are is divine. Shutting it down or dimming the glow only says you ain't in the flow. Heart glows green, our emotional place. Authentic expression is what brings grace. Keeping it stuffed in, you'll only end up with a heart. You gotta open up and get a new start. Cross our arms, flows a wave of blue. Keeping it open is a challenge, it's true. You gotta speak your truth without compromise. No holding tongue, making nice, or telling lies. Throat's the place of expression and voice. So when it's open, there is no choice. Our thoughts become our words, saying what's true. Authentic expression lets others trust you. Beam of purple from our forehead illuminates our path and the work ahead. Listen to the messages and follow what you see. If you embrace it, your vision comes to be. We all can be living in the light. Open the crown, don't resist or fight. What flows in might not be what we would choose, but if we embrace it, we'll never lose. A higher power sends the plan for our life. Open, receive it, or there can be strife. I hope you've taken in these words like sipping fine wines. Because true glory comes, true glory comes, true glory comes when we let our light shine. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. I said we was going to break it down. Now, you know, red, base of the spine, spiral down, the dense energy, drop the light energy. Well, Tom knew all about that from his consultant days here in California. He'd go up to Calistoga, pack himself in the mud up to here he would, and when he got out, he felt refreshed, renewed, rejuvenated. Now for many years, he was going back and forth from Kona to Oakland, back, Kona, Oakland, Kona, Oakland. And when he would get to Kona, he'd run right to the nude beach, about a mile from the airport, strip down. No, I'm not going to take off all my clothes. But he would strip down, and he would bury his feet in the sand, facing the water. And he'd bury his hands. And he would lay there and breathe. And he'd feel all that pulsation and dense energy. from that long flight and all the running around he was doing on the mainland. And eventually, things would quiet down. And he couldn't tell the difference of his body from the sand. At that point, he'd get up, run into the ocean, swim, cleanse, and he'd come back. He'd get a different spot on the beach. He'd lay down again. This time, he wouldn't bury his feet. He would leave them out, facing the ocean. And his hands, he'd position them up. And he would breathe and take in the power of nature, the four elements. The earth beneath him. The water flowing in from the feet. The air around him. And that fire in the sky. And he would fill himself with these potent energies. He knew that the intersection of those four elements is the most powerful place of healing. And when he got up, he was light, refreshed, renewed. And he could go to his home in Hawaii, carrying none of that dense energy from the mainland. So second chakra, orange. Yes, yes, yes. I did say it was sexual energy. But we're not going to deal with that tonight. It's obvious he knew a lot about that. You know, the topic is AIDS. Anyway, more importantly, second chakra is about the divine nature of our relationships with the people in our lives and how each one is sent or placed for spiritual purpose. We need to give thanks for every relationship in our life, whether they're good or we see them as bad. They're all a divine blessing. And while all that bread was a bacon, he wrote down the names of all the important people in his life. 65 names he wrote on little slips of paper. He went out to a lighthouse on the northern tip of the Big Island. And he sat at the base of that lighthouse as if that beacon was going to carry his words out to the people he communed with that day. He'd break off a piece of bread and he'd draw a name. Oh, Mary, I'm so blessed to have you as a companion in life. Bless your path. Anita, our paths had to go a different way. I'm really sorry because I know the words I spoke to you hurt you. But it was important to me that you understood how I felt about the negative impact on my relationship. I bless your path. Fran. Oh, grandmother, you are an angel on this planet. An angel in my life and every life you touch. Bless you, grandmother. So, second chakra is about keeping our relationships clean and being grateful and giving thanks for them. Now the power center. I missed a little piece of the story, by the way. He wrote that manuscript 2.5 years after he was at the brink of death. And do you know, he had the audacity to proclaim that he was healed from AIDS in 2.5 years. And you know what? He never dealt with HIV or AIDS as a medical condition again. This is now 18 years later. And in that intervening period of time, he thought he was done. In reality, he'd only just begun to live. So many paths to choose. He'd start out walking and learn to run. He'd only just begun. Well, run he did, and he rode too. 3 months later, he rode in Hawaii's first AIDS bike ride. Now, he knew all his friends couldn't contribute money, so he asked him for fabric. And Chakra Man emerged, a vision he had from spirit. every piece of fabric from a friend or family member. And at the end of that ride, he claimed that name as his. And he went on to study all the healing arts, massage, energy medicine, acupuncture. He studied with indigenous healers from Hawaii, Peru, many from Africa, and the Native Americans. And he truly did become a healer. Now, there's a very famous quote by Marianne Williams. It's often attributed to Nelson Mandela, although he did not speak these words. Our deepest fear is not that we're not adequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Who am I, we ask? Who are we to say that we're brilliant, gorgeous, fabulous, talented? Who are we not? Our playing small does not serve the world. And he has not played small since that day. Now my time is up. I really appreciate your attention. But you gotta come back next week if you want to hear the rest of that story. I'm telling you, we got 4 chakras to go. Now, until then, happy trails to you. Until next Monday night.
All the performers back on stage for a final bow. Can I just say before you leave the stage, can we just sort of check in with each of you where you'll be performing next? Any kind of performing things you want to highlight for us?
Well, this time next week, I'll be doing the next section of Confessions of a Late Bloomer. When the director tells me, go out there and kiss Pete, you'll find out what happens. Next week.
Monday, apparently.
And I'll be performing later tonight in my boudoir, but it's a very private show. And I'll be here next week too, and then I hope it's Hollywood.
I'll be working with my grandchildren probably.
I'll be at Teledon Tuesday in Berkeley, the last Tuesday of this month, and May 4th here. I'll be doing the whole show as Marsh Rising.
All right, cool. Oh,
Great.
All right.
Thanks.